And I'm gonna reach in there with my bare hands and pull one of these fish out.
In the USA, beef is broken down and sold by the cut.
This is Wagyu right here.
Sirloin, T-bone steaks, brisket, and beyond.
I'm in my happy place right now.
But when I attended a village feast in Bangladesh, there were no cuts.
So right now they're taking apart over 600 pounds of meat, the most I've ever seen from any animal.
Every piece of protein was chopped down to size and cooked together.
Buffalo meat cooked in the biryani. Let's try it out. Oh, that's damn impressive.
Every culture and every chef interprets ingredients differently.
Oh, you just grab it right by the eyeball. It's like a little bowling ball.
Today, I want to see how two chefs from opposite sides of the world prepare the exact same fish.
There's gonna be crunchy bits.
One ingredient.
There's gonna be meaty bits.
Two vastly different styles.
And it's all gonna be super delicious.
But first, let's meet our meat.
We are in the city of Saigon, a city of over 8 million people that love seafood. And for that reason, a ton of seafood is imported here, including the fish we're eating today, the flatfish.
Flatfish is a common name for many species of bottom-dwelling fish with a flat, wide body that habitually rests on one side. This guy looks like the drunken love child between a fish and a stingray. Out of the 700 species of flatfish, there's one native to the northwestern Pacific Ocean that folks are willing to pay top dollar for.
If you're in Japan, it's called a Japanese flatfish. If you're in Korea, it's called a Korean flatfish. And it's also called a bastard halibut. I didn't name it. Look on Wikipedia. It's science. In this episode, we're seeing how it's prepared by both Japanese folks and folks here in Vietnam. From here, I'm going to try to acquaint myself with the fish. Let's go.
Let's get started here. Sushi Hokkaido Sachi, a perfect spot for a quick taste of Japan. Japanese folks worship food freshness, especially when it comes to fish. I mean, check this out.
They just kind of cut it immediately while it's still alive. Oh my effing God.
Now that's fresh, and it's not the exception here, it's the rule. Fresh seafood is imported daily, including these guys.
We're inside in the aquarium area right now. Right below me, two flatfish. Now, what's funny is that they start life swimming around like normal fish, and at some point, they lose their passion for life. They kind of rotate, lay on the floor, and their eyes literally move to one side. I'm gonna reach in there and pull one of these fish out. Oh, it's pretty cold. Do you wanna do it? No, okay, I'll do it.
These guys live in soft, muddy coastal areas where the water levels go down to 100 meters.
The water's very icy cold. They like that.
This master of disguise blends in with the ocean floor.
They do have spines on the side.
Avoiding predators and sneaking up on their prey.
You gotta watch out for the spines because they can move suddenly. Oh, what? It's just like a big limp piece of pizza dough. It doesn't do anything. This. Who are you looking at? Is he looking at me or looking at you? I can't. Oh, the most it did is it raised its side fin. So it turns out these fish are pretty much checked out on life, and so it's gonna be an easy transition from this world to the next.
Meet head chef Narita Kiyonori with nearly 50 years in the Japanese food biz. Today, he's gonna serve up flatfish in two classic styles. Simple, straightforward food with generations of history, though this is anything but easy.
Right now the fish is coming in.
No.
And we need to point the nose towards Mecca. Just kidding. It needs to be pointed this way. The chef is gonna take it away. He's going right behind the eye with the needle, and that's gonna kill the fish instantly. Wow, that's the most active that fish has been in a while. Then he goes behind the gills, cuts a section there, into the cold, icy tub it goes, and it's gonna bleed out. This style of killing, it's super interesting. It's called Ikejime.
Ikejime, a technique that destroys the fish brain and spine.
This killing method was created by the Japanese, and it actually changes the flavor of the meat. If you're pounding it in the head, trying to knock it out till it dies, it's gonna release lactic acid, and the meat can develop a sour flavor. So leave it to Japanese folks, and the meat, it's gonna taste great.
When spiked correctly,
I've never seen this done in person.
the fins flare and the fish relaxes, immediately ceasing all motion and allowing the blood to come out more easily.
So he runs the wire all the way in, moves it back and forth, and and then you drop the fish in the sink. Right? So right now, he's very delicately peeling off the skin layer. Now, taking the fish's head completely off, all the guts are removed, and it looks like he's gonna try to do just a giant fillet. Now, this takes a lot of concentration, because usually he doesn't have an annoying, tall, white guy behind him, narrating his every move. Ooh, man, this is tough, because that is a very bony fish. But that is a beautiful fillet he's just cut. Wow. Knife skills. It does seem like the belly is a bit more fatty. He's separating that from the other meat. It's amazing how much work goes into getting it to a level where he's satisfied with it, where everything's done. Right now, he's cutting it into thin sashimi strips. Ooh, the meat itself, it's a white meat fish, almost translucent. And the way he's cutting it, you can almost see through it. It's probably a little unusual to be eating in the kitchen, but I couldn't wait to have a bite. I'm gonna just toss it in a little bit of soy sauce, a little piece of wasabi on it. Cheers. It's very light. It's got a little like springiness to it. Oishi. It's so interesting because it tastes a lot better than that fish looks. You look that fish in the eye, or at least you try to, and it doesn't put out like good flavor vibes. From here, he's gonna make 2 more dishes that I'm gonna try in the restaurant.
Once sliced to the chef's satisfaction, he lets the food speak for itself. Place it on rice to make nigiri sushi.
Clean, fresh, really delicious.
Kiss it with a flame for variety. This is called aburi nigiri.
On top, he's put some radish and some lemon zest. Cheers. One. Very different, more personality, character. It's kind of funky. I'm telling you, heat changes everything. Once you cook it, it just starts to change the structure, the molecules, the fats, the proteins, and a whole new flavor level is unlocked. Very nice. Here, the most important special part of this fish, the belly. Okay, if you flip the fish this way, it's around where the belly would be.
This is the prime cut, known as the little flesh on the fin. So rare, only about 15 pieces come from each fish. Placed on top of rice, torched, dripped with unagi sauce, and served.
I don't smell anything. I don't taste anything either. Cheers. What? That is like mayonnaise. Not in flavor, in feeling. It's just super creamy, soft. It almost just disintegrates in your mouth. My grandma would love this. You don't need teeth. You just push it against the roof of your mouth. It just kind of... This fish has some range. I gotta say, I'm proud of it. But from here, we're gonna go to a Vietnamese restaurant where their take on this fish is completely different. Let's check it out.
I don't care, it's a double dare. I ain't scared, you best beware, you best beware.
We're at Chon Vo Guan, a Vietnamese seafood restaurant where locals kick back with some beers and eat family-style dishes made extremely fresh.
The dinner service is upon us and this place is about to get cracking. So before it does, let's take a look at the seafood they're offering here. Right here, albino catfish. I don't know if they're more of a privileged fish, if these kinds of fish don't get caught as often. So they have these giant golden sea snails. I'm gonna grab one of these out. So these things are so crazy. I'm gonna touch it right here. Ooh. She likes it, or he likes it. Maybe it's a boy, maybe it's both. Right here is the fish we came for. They have 2 of them. The Japanese flatfish. I can say these are a little bit more active. I saw one of the workers here just try to pick one of these up, and it was very active in trying to get away. I'm gonna try catching one now. I'm gonna use the basket method. We got 2 flat. There we go. Ha-ha! Roughly the same size as our last one, maybe a little bit bigger, but now we're gonna see the difference in how they prepare it here. Let's head to the kitchen.
When it comes to dispatching the fish, speed is the priority, and the heaviest nearby object is usually the tool best suited to the job. He uses hot boiling water to douse the fish, making the job of scaling much faster. The organs are also removed.
So here, same fish, slightly different preparation so far. The Japanese method was to use a nail and a piece of wire to discombobulate and kill the fish. Here, super quick.
Chef Duan serves up this flatfish 2 ways. First, grill.
Cutting it this way is gonna help it absorb all the seasoning he's about to put in there. Oh, it's a double score, it's a crisscross. This is gonna allow the insides to cook better, and then it makes it more easy to eat. He's just taking these chopped up leeks and he's shoving it into every little crevice. Here we just have a hellish looking sauce, look at that. It smells good.
His homemade sauce consists of ginger, garlic, scallion, fish sauce, and other things he won't reveal to my audience of literally hundreds of people. Next, it's tossed on the grill over searing hot coals for about 40 minutes.
What I love about this style and the sauce that they put on is it's kind of cooking and caramelizing it at the same time. So deep inside these crevasses, the juices are flowing. There's gonna be crunchy bits, there's gonna be meaty bits, and it's all gonna be super delicious.
Now, steamed flatfish. Marinate with salt, MSG, seasoning powder, sliced ginger, leeks, and chilies. That hits the fish sauna for about 20 minutes.
So one fish is getting grilled, the other one right here, it's been steamed for the last 20 minutes. He's about to take it out now. Sir, go for it. Oh, God, this looks super juicy. You can see the way he cross-cut it. It's created this delta for all these fishy liquids to swim through. So now he's gonna put some nice new fresh herbs on here. That is the steamed version of the flatfish. Simple, straightforward, but it's not quite done yet. The rest of the action is gonna happen at the table. This right here is the epitome of what I love about human beings. You take the same creature, give it to two different people, and they interpret it completely differently. This has been grilled. It's gonna have a way different flavor. Oh, nice crunchy bits. Let's try it out. Ribs, gotta be careful. I mean, there's some great spices on there. A little savory, salty, and garlicky. But the fish itself, it's almost like a semi-dry chicken breast. Am I gonna get a really fatty piece that melts in my mouth? Oily, greasy, fatty. Sorry, I was describing myself. Over here, the steamed version. So they've kind of hidden it underneath this gigantic salad. So let's grab this piece here. More moist and a lot more flaky. Here's the right way to eat this. Oh, this is more of a winter roll than a spring roll. Give it a dip in this fermented fish sauce and kick it back. Here we go. Fresh herbs, sweet pineapple, and then just pungent, intense fermented fish sauce. I gotta say, overall, for a fish that's hanging out on the ocean floor, moving as little as possible, it's pretty good. Clean, Christian. I started today not knowing anything about this fish. Between these two preparations, I gotta say, there's pros and cons to each. The Japanese way, very elegant, but the process took a long time from beginning to end. And even as he continued to refine and make each fillet perfect, it seemed like there were some wasted parts of the fish here and there. The Vietnamese style is way more simple, straightforward, to the point. It's just all about getting it cooked, doing it quick, making it taste good. And that's more appropriate for like a party situation. So if I had to choose a favorite, oh, this is tough. I'm gonna go with the Japanese one. The sashimi was nice and chewy, really interesting, and those more fatty belly pieces just kind of melted in my mouth. Big fan of things melting in my mouth. Patreon is the best way to support our team and to help us keep producing the content you love. And I'll be sending personalized video shout-out to everyone who joins our Patreon in the next 24 hours. Link, description, go. Okay. Hold on. I think of something to say. I gotta try another piece of this. A little bit of a dip. Oh, I did too much of a dip. Oh no, it's way too much of a dip. No. I gotta put that one back. Save that for the team. I've just gotten word that the fish is now dead. 100%. This is like a kid who wants to get kidnapped. A kid who's like, hey, I've got candy in my car, get in. And the kid's like, all right. And you're like, whoa. Why are you so eager? It's not even that good of candy. And the kid's like, no, let's go. I'm here with my man, the grill master. He's got a nipple piercing. Did you pierce your nipple? Did you go all the way through? Usually they don't pierce through the t-shirt. Simple, straightforward, but it's not quite done yet. The rest of the action is gonna happen at the table. It's fucking smooth. Get me out of here. Too smooth. It's uncomfortably smooth how good I am. Film a fucking beauty or something. Let's go. Let's go. Cut. Don't cut your beauty. That is the end of this video. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. All right. Let's go. Let's go home.